Welcome back. Now, staying at light welterweight for good reason, we take a look at Pernell Whitaker. The reason he and Pineda are on the same bill, well, you guessed it, we mentioned it. If Whitaker wins tonight, he's in with a shout at Pineda's crown. We didn't say much about Whitaker. We've seen him on ringside before, Olympic gold medalist, undisputed world champion. Enough said. His opponent, Jerry Smith, has something in common with Francisco de Cruz, who we saw earlier, insofar as he too came over to this country and lost to an English opponent. This time it was Derek Granger who beat him. Smith's record, an indifferent 13 wins against 11 defeats. Surely he's not in the same class as Whitaker. Let's rejoin the commentary team.
Introducing the principals first. Boxing to my left, out of the red corner. This young man wearing the blue trunks with the red trim has a record of 12 wins, 10 defeats with 7 KOs, all the way from Birmingham, Alabama, United States of America. He is Jerry Lee Smith. And his opponent, boxing out of the blue corner. This young man really needs no introduction to worldwide knowledgeable boxing fans. Wearing the red trunks with the white trim, with a fabulous pro career, 28 wins, only 1 defeat with 13 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the former 1984 Olympic gold medalist, the former undisputed lightweight champion of the world, from Norfolk, Virginia, Pernell, Chicharro Dulce, Sweet Pea Whitaker.
Well, Gordon Wood doing his job to get us kind of pumped up for this co-main event tonight. We say co-main event, and then, of course, the undisputed lightweight champion, Pernell Whitaker, stepping into the ring and moving up. And again, we were both kind of amazed that he went up as much weight as he did, and we'll see how well he handles it. But one of the things he's been doing, Bob, he's been working on a lot of weight. And Lou Dubas said, hey, we're not just putting on pounds, we're putting on strength. We're doing a lot more weight work than he's done in quite some time, I think.
Yes, well, Pernell has always had brilliant quickness. He's got a great style, but they've added that body strength to make him a complete fighter. And I believe that's what he is. You know, they don't give him a lot of credit, but he's a vicious body puncher. And that's what I expect him to do here with Smith early in the fight.
So we'll find out as they're set to go 10. The bell sounds, and we are off and running again. Not in junior welterweight due to the weight of both fighters. We are in the welterweight division, but again, Sweet Pea wants to be the junior welterweights, and that's what he will eventually settle into, particularly after this non-title fight tonight. The interesting part will be see how well Jerry Lee Smith can cope with the quickness and the on-balance and the angles that Sweet Pea will throw at him tonight.
He's such a good defensive fighter, too. He hadn't been hit solid a dozen times in his professional career, this kid. He's got speed, he's got great vision, quickness, and they're working on his body strength. Actually, Bob Waring, that's been down here with us the entire time, is a strength and conditioning coach for Pernell. Been with him several years, Norfolk, Virginia.
Well, in the corner will be Lou Duva, Bob Waring. Also, Dennis Dolchun will be in the corner as well. And the other people working with him normally are Ronnie Shields. And, of course, the #1 trainer in George Minton is a headbutt now has come from Sweet Pea Whitaker, and it has opened a cut over the left eye of Jerry Lee Smith. Very reminiscent of what we saw in the first fight of the night in Kenny Mitchell, disqualified in 2 rounds when he headbutted Juan Valencia, unintentionally, of course, and they stopped it after the second headbutt in the second round.
Yeah, I thought that was a quick call. Needless to say, they didn't take a point from Pernell Whitaker here, and rightfully so.
Jerry Lee Smith, you saw how quickly he encouraged the referee to say, hey, I'm fine, let me fight on here. He realizes the golden opportunity at 26 years of age and a journeyman record of 12 victories and 10 losses with 7 knockouts. He'll get a great opportunity in many of these to fight this caliber of fighter, and at least if he does not win it, at least he wants to make a good showing to get himself some other fights.
Oh, he certainly is. He's got a lot of pride, and he knows he's in with a great fighter. I believe he'll give it his all as long as he can stand it.
He's 26 years of age, was the Alabama State champion back in 1984, has fought some amateurs in Kentucky. His father was in the military. Both at Alabama and Kentucky, amateur record, lost only once, 22-1. And again, with a 12-10 as a pro, but Pernell Whitaker is having his way with him here in round 1.
Pernell working downstairs to the body. Got a warning for the ref. Oh, straight left hand by Whitaker.
Left hand puts Smith down on the canvas. Jerry Lee Smith now looking to see if he's going to be able to get up. But again, Pernell Whitaker comes with the left hand. Smith with 8, up on 9. It is over. So a first-round knockout here by Pernell Whitaker. And it comes just before I was about to say that Lou Duva, because of the headbutt that you saw a moment ago with Whitaker against Smith, that's exactly what Lou Duva feared might happen to his man as well. And he can ill afford to have that with a fight coming up with Pineda in July.
Yeah, Pernell just tried to take care of his business, protect himself from any accidents like that. There's Bob Waring giving him a big hug in the ring.
You see Jerry Lee Smith across the way, administered to by the cut, but again, it was a strong left hand thrown by the man that they expected to have some pretty good power. That solid left hand, just a straight left.
Right on the button.
Referee Sergio Gomez, he counts out Jerry Lee Smith, the winner by knockout, Chicharro Dulce Pernell, Sweet Pea Whitaker.
Mr. Mason, you still think Pineda beats Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker?
Well, I have to think that because I've said so, and I have to stick by my guns. Although that was a very impressive performance, and maybe the move up in weight has given him the added strength, or it could have been the opponent.
Well, you write in and let us know what you think, because they fight on the undercard of Bo Kurtzer, which is the 18th of July, and we'll try and bring you that. So give us your predictions before that takes place. Now, what of Whitaker? Class act.
It is a class act. It's his first fight at a new weight, and obviously the opponent's not going to be too much of a threat. That was a perfect finish. It was faultless. And I don't know why the opponent was complaining, because he was getting worked over and it was going to end soon anyway. So the referee actually did him a favour by stopping the fight there and then. And now we just look forward to see. Well, I'm looking forward to hope that I'm right.
Well, whatever change, because you've had a few wrong-uns lately as well.
So, well, I don't know, what wrong-uns have I had?
Oh, we've been right about more, right?
More, right?
Oh, I don't know. We won't go into that. We won't go
Okay.
into that. Just as an ex-boxer, when you go into the ring with somebody who you think's a bum, do you go and fight differently, or do you treat everybody with the same respect? Because he wouldn't go in and fight Pineda that way he did there, Whitaker.
Yeah.
He swarmed over the guy from the off.
Yeah, but obviously with a real dangerous opponent, you have a game plan. But with somebody who you don't hold in such high regard, you don't disregard any opponent because everybody's dangerous. But you just go, if you're somebody that you don't hold in such a high regard, you go out and you just walk out to do the job as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you don't have to feel them out. Anyway, I promised you a busy show. Let's not stop now. It's time for US boxing news and our regular look at what's been happening stateside.